wanted to show you a Bible from the Lockman Foundation. This is the NASB Ultrathin Text Edition, and this is the NASB 2020 translation. So this Bible is going to have an 8-point font. It is line matched. It's a two-column text or double-column text. Paragraph formatting. It's black letter. In the back of the Bible, we're going to get book introductions, a Bible reading plan, miracles of Jesus, and parables of Jesus as well. All right, so it comes with this little sleeve here. And here she is. So if you are not familiar with the NASB translation, maybe you're not sure you're going to like it very much, or you want a Bible you can take to work with you you're not going to have to worry about ruining it, this would be a really great option. This Bible is currently, the last time I checked on Lockman's website, it was $7.69. So a really great economy Bible. You know, if you want to try this translation, but you don't have a lot to spend, or like I said, you wanted to have one to take on the go, it's a really nice size, this would be a great option. If you're giving it to a friend, you know, you're evangelizing, handing out some Bibles, this is a great affordable option. So the cover is kind of like, it's thinner, it's like a synthetic, it feels like the synthetic leather, but it's a bit of a thinner cover, but I think it would still hold up pretty well. I mean, obviously I wouldn't like throw it into my bag, like, you know, I try to be careful with my Bibles to some extent, but I think it would hold up pretty well with time. It's definitely not like the most durable cover ever, but it's better than like a paperback, and for that price, I mean, you really can't beat it. So we're going to have Holy Bible on the front. Our spine is going to have Holy Bible, NASB 2020, Ultrathin Text, and Lockman Foundation. There's no ribbon markers in this one, and there's no page gilding, which I'm okay with the page gilding not being there because I ruin that anyway pretty frequently in my Bibles. Like, not ruin it, but it's like, it's kind of a joke with me that, like, if the gilding's scratched and the cover page is wrinkled, it's probably my Bible. I use my Bibles. I don't let them sit on the shelves, you know, and collect dust. So I'm okay with that. All right, getting into this here, we have some cardstock here in the front. And then we're going to get a forward. These would make good pew Bibles, too, to have at church as well if your church is using an NASB. We also have books of the Bible. And then we're going to get into the Old Testament. So, font's not super large, but it's pretty, with the line spacing and the boldness, it's not difficult to read for me anyway. Now, that being said, I'm not one that needs a super large font yet. I'm going to be 40 this year, so we'll see. It's probably coming soon. But for now, I find it pretty easy to read for being as small of a text as it is. I'm pretty sure, what did I say it was? 8. So it's not the smallest I've seen, definitely not the largest. It's a good little handy size Bible, font size, 8. So we're going to have double column layout. It's a paragraph layout. We're going to have bolded chapter numbers. Well, verse numbers are kind of bolded too. They're pretty easy to find for being this small of a font. And then our headings are bolded as well. This would be a nice Bible to highlight in, and since it's not super expensive, I wouldn't be worried about ruining it. So, you know, I would feel more comfortable like highlighting it and, you know, making little markings in it and things like that. Because sometimes I do have a little bit of trouble highlighting in my Bibles, depending on which Bible it is. So this one would be one that I would easily be able to do that. Some people put like little tip-ins in their Bible and like tape little tip-ins in here. I would be comfortable doing that in here too. The paper doesn't feel like super thin for it being a cheaper Bible. Like, I'm not getting like that, what do you call it, rice paper, onion, I don't know, like onion skin. I forget what it was called. I'm probably saying something totally ridiculous and you're like, what? But anyway, it's not that super thin Bible paper that's like in some of our older Bibles, like you're afraid you're going to tear it if you breathe on it too hard. I don't get that impression from this. So it should hold up to highlighters. Obviously test out anything you want to use, but I don't see it being a big deal. All right, and then it lays pretty flat too. And let's see. So here, okay, so not in Genesis, but I did just get it too. So hold on here. Let's see. So the beginning of the Old Testament, you're going to have a little bit of trouble at first because it is new. There's Deuteronomy. So it's not perfect, but I mean, it's about as good as you can expect. Now back here in like Leviticus and before, you're not going to get it to lay flat, but you might if you, after some use. I just got it, so it's kind of hard to say, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you're in Deuteronomy and it's laying flat at that point, that's pretty good. Not perfectly flat, but I mean, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't have an issue with that. So here we are in the Old Testament, the New Testament. I promise I know the difference. And it is a black letter text, which I like. I approve of that. And then at the end here, we are going to have some features at the end. We're going to have introduction to the books of the Bible. So instead of being right with the book, they have them all together at the end. And then we're going to have a read through the Bible in a year plan, which this is nice. For a cheaper Bible, you have all these features in the end. I appreciate that. We have the parables of Jesus, and we have the miracles of Jesus. And then we have some cardstock if you want to do some artwork or put some stickers in here like some Bible journalers like to do. You have space for that there. And that gets us to the end of the Bible. So in summary, this is, a Bible is very inexpensive, but it's still, I don't feel like, the pages are going to fall out of it or I can't carry it because it's going to fall apart. It feels like pretty good quality, especially for that price point. 8-point font, so it's not too tiny, but not large print either. It's a thinner Bible, so definitely easy to take on the go. Definitely one you can highlight in, you can carry along in your bag, and you don't have to worry about it. One you can hand out, buy multiple copies, and if you're, trying to spread the gospel and handing out Bibles, this is a great one to do so with. And a really strong translation as well. Love the NASB. I'm reading through that this year and just loving it more and more as I'm reading through it. So awesome, solid translation as well. So again, this is the NASB Ultrathin Text Edition, and it is available from the Lockman Foundation. And like I said, it was less than $8 on their website. So if you're looking for a great economy Bible and a really solid translation, check this one out.